This is going to be one of the most important shows that we'll ever do for our community. It is a pleasure to introduce Carrie Fuchs, the founder of VirtuCare. And first of all, thank you so much for allowing us to share what you do with our community.
Well, thank you, Mitch, for having me.
I want to start with, what is VirtuCare and how did you get your start?
VirtuCare is a virtual in-home care. It's a virtual concierge and companionship service, really.
What caused you to start VirtuCare?
My mother-in-law is alone. Her husband just passed away. She's from Japan and had lived here for 50 years, but had never really done anything on her own before. And so we had to start taking care of her and providing those needs for her. And she didn't want to go into an independent living, nor did she really need hands-on care. And I noticed there's a gap between the seniors that don't really need to go into the independent living and the in-home hands-on care. And I wanted to be able to fill that gap.
I understand that from a recent experience of my own. And you know this situation, but recently, after meeting you, I was very excited about introducing that option where family can't do it all and manage their own lives. Somebody doesn't need full-time in-home care, or they just want to remain in their own home. They don't want to go to someone else's facility.
Right.
And there's just a tremendous gap there that you fill. And so I went to call my mom to talk to her about your option. And she didn't answer the phone. And about an hour later, I went over to her house and found her on the floor. And 3 weeks later, she passed. And I just realized how close to getting that help we were. I wanted to make sure that other people had access to what you do. So let's talk about what you do and how you fill that gap, how you fill the void for somebody who is needing help somewhat regularly. I mean, one of the things that my mom struggled the most with was medications and when to take them and when they needed to be filled. And this is part of your service. So let's talk about what you do for people that need your services.
I provide medication reminders, daily wellness checks up to 3 times a day. I'm also available 24/7 if they need companionship throughout the evening. I also provide that stimulation, brain games, talking about their history, their life, which they really love, and exercises through the video chat technology. We also provide medication refills if they need their medication refilled on a routine basis and even delivered to their home. We provide those services on top of the daily medication reminders, making sure that they're taking their medications properly.
I'm guessing that my mom wasn't alone. She didn't want people to even think that she needed that help. She was afraid that her family would put her into a nursing home if she asked for help. And nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, providing her the ability to stay in her own home was always the goal. But I think there's a stigma around people asking for help because of those fears. How do you overcome that?
I provide those services privately for them if that's what they choose. Their family members, neighbors, no one has to know that they're actually getting these services. There's no one coming in and out of their homes 24/7. It's all done through technology and over the phone. So our professional team of virtual companions can be there 24/7 without anybody ever knowing that they're asking or they're needing that help.
I'm sure there are family members like myself that would have just loved that extra helping hand, ease the burden on them, and increase the services between their ability and their inabilities.
Mitch, your situation is so common. There are many elderly parents out there that don't want to leave their home or that can't afford independent living or in-home care. The families are feeling burdened. I can provide those resources and fill that gap for those families. Maybe they don't know where to start, where to turn first. I can show them what road to go down, what the first step is.
The first step is just knowing that there's another resource out there, an absolutely beautiful benefit to a family member, to, I think, between what they're capable of doing and what you do, to increase the value, the ability to take care of their family member, which is what they would want. But one of the interesting things is, as you mentioned, not at the expense of some of these privatized care.
For what it costs for you for a daily cup of gourmet coffee, we can be there for you and we can be there for your loved one.
I wished I met you one day sooner. I don't know what would have been possible for my mom, but I know that I don't want anyone else to wait one day to contact you. This is important. And what you do is a tremendous asset to our community. On behalf of our community, thank you so much for bringing this to Northern Nevada and being an innovator in technology. To get a hold of Carrie Fuchs, you can find her on the internet at vchomecare.com. You can give her a call at 775-771-4449. Again, I can't thank you enough for offering this incredible service to Northern Nevada. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mitch.